a supermodel that doesn't exist. With perfect skin and piercing eyes, supermodel Shudu Gram has taken social media by storm. But there's one catch. She's not real. Many fans have been convinced Shudu is a real supermodel and have posted comments on her perfection and amazing figure. Some even ask how tall she is and want to know about her skincare routine. Shudu is actually a CGI model created by a fashion photographer who says he was learning how to create 3D imagery and he had the chance to create a model however he wanted, so he created the most beautiful woman he could. The photographer later updated Shudu's bio to explain that she's actually a digital creation. Meanwhile, debates over Shudu continue over on the Twitter sphere, while on Instagram people are just working out that the model they've been calling the most beautiful woman in the world doesn't actually exist. We've got more Instagram stories for you.
Rich kids of Instagram. How children with money spent their summer. Hardworking adults don't enjoy the luxury of a 2 or 3 month summer vacation, but we hear summer vacation is now over and it's time for kids to go back to school. But summer was pretty awesome for these fortunate kids who are loaded with their parents' money, and they sure had a lot to tweet or Instagram about. Just check out this compilation from the infamous blog Rich Kids of Instagram. Here's some pics of kids heading somewhere in their totally sick private jets. Awesome, dude. Some floated to Europe on their family yachts. Oh, we hope they didn't get seasick. Some had to actually stoop to flying on a commercial aircraft. Can you believe it? But at least they were in first class and had space for the little collections of expensive stuff. Happily for a few high-end designer bags, this thoughtful individual didn't forget to buy a seat for them. I mean, they can't like sit on the floor, right? It was a productive summer for little baby rich people. Some expanded their watch collection, and it's a good thing he got the two-tone submarine model, because as someone noted, it's dope! Others decided to grab a little thank you present for Mommy and Poppy Moneybanks. You know, nothing fancy, just a few diamonds, 600 carats or so. Everyone should celebrate their senior year in style, and here's a pic of a dude chilling with a sip or two of champagne. Of course, Doggy deserves a little fun too, right? Some of these leaders of tomorrow fine-tuned their driving skills, and one of them picked up a pet cat. Oh, isn't Fluffy adorable? One kind soul heard some folks at a club had unpaid parking tickets, so he helped out by making it rain. And speaking of money flowing like water, this kid's dad decided to stop the rain by putting a limit on his originally no-limit Amex card. The dad capped the card at $500,000 a month. That's like child abuse! So, overall, summer 2014 was pretty dope for a tiny group of narcissistic one-percenters. Hey, how was your summer?
Wildlife selfies good for Instagram, horrible for the animals. Wildlife selfies have become all the rave over social media. Only problem is they encourage animal cruelty. As more people look for pointless reasons to share pictures of themselves, local wildlife around the world are paying the price. Charity Wild Animal Protection found a 292% increase in the amount of wildlife selfies posted on Instagram since 2014. The demand for wildlife selfies has led to an increase in local animals being snatched from the wild and forced into becoming props. Investigators found animals being abused in the Amazon cities of Manaus, Brazil, and Puerto Alegria, Peru. The team discovered green anacondas wounded and dehydrated, kept in small wooden crates when not being strangled by the throat for selfies. Sloths are snatched from the wild so they can be held by tourists. The handling from all the tourists naturally causes the sloths to freak out. And when they're not needed for photos, they're tied to trees by ropes. Cayman crocodiles are lucky enough to get jammed into broken refrigerators with their jaws wrapped shut with rubber bands. A good rule of thumb: next time you think about taking a selfie, don't. No one cares. That is, unless you slip and fall while taking it and happen to pass away in the process. In that case, send it over to us and we'll Tomo it.
This is how a Greek princess celebrates her birthday. Princess Olympia of Greece, one of our favorite royal it girls, turned 20 years old on Monday. While most of us probably just celebrate our birthdays, the princess took it up a notch by kicking off a birthday week. The royal family celebrated the princess's birthday with a luxurious trip to Mykonos, which included this fabulous party at the trendiest beach club on the island. The princess studies photography at Parsons School of Design in New York. She is the only daughter of Pavlos and Marie Chantal, the crown prince and princess of Greece. The Crown Prince was the heir apparent to the throne of Greece until the monarchy was abolished in 1973. The deposed King Constantine II, who lived in London in exile, lost almost all the family's property after the military coup in 1967 and was stripped of Greek citizenship in 1994. The wretched royal couple had to sell silverware and other heirlooms to provide for their children just a decade ago. It's so good to see these ex-royals have landed on their feet. Moreover, thanks to the 1815 Treaty of Vienna, they get to keep their fancy titles, even though the monarchy doesn't exist anymore. Well, given their love-hate relationship with Greece, guess they don't really have to care much about the ongoing debt crisis, shrinking economy, and the country's unemployment rate, which is as high as 25%. Let the party continue, princess! And we love that Valentino dress that you're wearing. Who cares if it's worth more than what an average Greek makes in a year? Celebrities are trying to sell you things on their Instagrams. Celebrities, like all of us mere mortals, have social media accounts. When they post pictures of their pets, family, and themselves, we tend to fawn over them. But what about those not-so-famous celebrities that aren't doing regular gigs anymore? Well, they get companies to pay them a sum of money, probably more than what the average middle-class worker earns each month, to promote a product via social media. And although your kids might not know who they are, they're still celebrities, so you can probably guess what kind of products they're promoting on Instagram. Lots of teeth-whitening goods, weight loss products, clothing you wouldn't be able to afford, and of course, fitness products. Do people really believe these things? How many of you have bought something just because your favorite celebrity promoted it? Come on, be honest, we won't tell.